everybody had a chance to look over the agenda? Any thoughts, questions, discussions? Can I get a motion to approve December 10th meeting agenda?
Motion.
Stephen?
Second.
Joseph, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. We'll go around declaring conflict of interest. Christine, you wanna start?
I, Christina, no conflict of interest.
I, Susan, have no conflict of interest.
I have no conflict of interest.
I, Joseph, have no conflict of interest.
I, G, have no conflict of interest.
Alright. Moving on to academic report.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off saying, hey, appreciate you guys all being here today. I'm gonna give a report for elementary. They just finished off the first letters professional development. We did volume one and two with, special education team with volume one, and then volume two, we had administrators and also a few teachers that did the prior training to continue on with their professional development with letters. We wrapped up World Culture Day, one of our most beautiful event of the year, prioritizing and highlighting all the richness and culture that we have here at HCPA. And currently right now with elementary, there's ongoing collaboration and curriculum work with their weekly cluster meeting, really unpacking and prioritizing misconception with the different curriculum in elementary. For secondary, we are intensely working towards unit unpacking just like elementary. We are supporting that process of collaboration. Coaches, instructional coaches, administrators are also part of that development with departments with Open SciEd and Science. We also have Amy Price, who is our instructional coach that supports that team with middle school with Open SciEd. We have Joseph Norrie White that also support that process as well. So give them a big shout out for that, because it's ongoing work and it's challenging work with new curriculum. For English, 7th grade, for 7th and 8th grade, we just wrapped up Unit 1, same with Unit, and now transitioning to Unit 2, with the focus of theme, figurative language, and developing students' writing skill. So that's been the primary focus for middle school English, and then for high school English, we just wrapped up Unit 1, transitioning to Unit 2. Lisa Birkin, one of our leaders, supports high school in that development.
Hi, good evening, certainly.
And then for social studies, we launched a co-teaching process with social studies and EL teachers, strengthening the academic language and really focusing on vocabulary as a literacy lead for our students. And part of that work is the collaboration process to ensure that students are growing and really meeting the needs of the DBQ, document-based writing, but also the literacy piece of the demand of reading and writing and speaking skills in social studies. Anything else to add, Mrs. D?
Actually, we've done some cluster work aside for social studies, and we did some training today on decoding. So using the letters training that teachers have gotten, they spent some time training 7th grade teachers this morning on how to decode the words. I thought it was really cool. Do you want to talk through technology and all the other stuff?
Yeah, so with technology, really the changing and announcements to making it easier to use. So we had Tony Hang, who's been our main guy with the voice of announcement, which has been an easier and smooth process for the office team, which really ensure that there's a consistency with safety and procedure when there is maybe a lockdown drill, or maybe when there is a fire drill, or maybe when there is a event that we need to have consistency. So Tony Hang has been part of that.
So we automated all of our,
So he's recorded.
Yeah.
we automated it so that,
That sounds good.
in case of anything, people are not trembling voice or anything, also for drills, so that people are not stressing anymore that they,
Yeah.
would need to, so it's pre-automated.
It's also consistent every time, it says the same thing, so
Says
you're
the-
not
yep.
like trying to interpret.
Yep, there's different tones or different, yeah.
That's good.
Why
Oh.
Tony's voice?
It is a beautiful.
Yeah,
He
he
has
has
a
a
really
beautiful-
nice
He does have a very beautiful voice, and then, we are gonna, we're gonna have, 6 more consoles in C, A, M, and then I'm gonna have one in my room, so that we are able to do this, in several different, places if need be. Let's see. We do have an additional nurse that, joined our health department, so, and he was a singer, he won the, at the Hmong New Year, was the singer of the year, sorry, I have to say it. I don't think that's what it's called, help me, Susan. Gee, somebody help me.
I don't go to the
Yeah, I think it's
Year's.
Hmong New Year singing competition.
Thank you,
Yeah.
it wasn't the
What
singer
did
of the
he sing?
year, it's
No.
not a,
What did he sing?
All types of Hmong songs.
Oh, I was thinking,
Yeah,
he
I'm
was
not
thinking
sure.
Kutsia or something,
Yeah.
the Hmong poetry or whatever, but okay,
no, he won the first place. Anyways,
okay.
And,
that's not how he got a job, he's
I
actually
mean,
really
I
good.
think that'll be,
That's really
I mean, I
cool.
think that'll be good too. I mean, I don't know how many male nurses that you have, but that's gonna be.
We haven't,
One.
no,
So
now
now
we
Well, yeah,
do.
we've
Now
won,
you do.
yeah.
And I
One.
think that'll be good too, because there are probably some issues that boys might feel more comfortable talking to the
Absolutely.
female nurse about, so,
That's great.
yeah.
We have, a partner with Ready Set Smile, who are gonna come and spend some time to do some dental cleanings, so we're working through some kinks and MOUs, but that's gonna happen soon. Current enrollment 2475, we keep on enrolling, so that's not been an issue. Business as usual in, main office as well as, in food department. We do have, review in January for our food department, so that's coming up. No, just business as usual, honestly. Not many updates for operations, they were here at 3 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, big shout outs to them.
Mhm.
They bust their, yeah, just, they work very hard.
Yeah,
They-
I was here at 5 and they were just, everything's clean, I was like, oh, well, done, so. November, transportation focused on DOT inspections, so we're good for, that. HR and business, we are launching a trial of new Google-based system for requisition requests and purchasing, so David is, piloting that. And then HR officially opened the benefits open enrollment, which should be ending by the end of this, it runs from the end of the month.
Through,
Well-
no, just through the 12th.
To the 12th, the end of this week, okay,
There might be like one grace day, but we don't tell people about that.
okay. Had a really good FAFSA night with approximately 50 families and over 130 individuals in attendance, so it's going really well. We're proud to report that an estimated 80% of the students at the event completed, so we had quite a few financial aid officers there. As of 12/5, we have about 95% of senior class applied to at least one or more universities or career training programs. We have 77% kids that are on track for graduation. That means they're passing everything and they have all the credits completed. And then 23%, which means they're missing at least one credit for graduation, but I'm not worried about it. We worked with them. We had SEEK for our SPED department, meeting on the year of the, that's our year meeting on December 3rd. Let's see, bank has events listed there, all of them through the end of January, so, yeah, tonight we have a choir concert.
Choir concert, so stop by if you get a chance and see our beautiful students with their talents.
And if you don't, there's always a YouTube link and it's gonna be on Facebook, you can watch it, so. Any questions about any of it?
I have no, I don't have a question about that, but I have a favor to ask. When we sign up for those events, can you send us calendar invites?
Which calendar?
For the specific
For the-
events
for the
that you
events.
signed up for.
To which calendar? HCPA?
Yeah, I'll make it.
To HCPA email calendar?
Please and thank you.
Anything else for academic report before we move on? Hey, I need a,
Oh, she said thank you.
yeah. Moving on then.
You're welcome to stay. Oh,
Yeah, you can stay if you want.
yeah, I'll stay.
Okay. Moving on, consent agenda, any thoughts, questions, discussions about that? Alright, can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
Diane,
A second.
G, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passed. Governance committee, board member event report. I'm trying to think, I know I did the well culture day. I came to the play, the Pietro play. It was really good, but it was really hard to hear. So,
It was much better online,
okay,
cause I was sick. It was so good online.
okay,
That's so interesting.
cause it was so hard to hear and I was like missing out
But
on
online,
just
you
what
could hear it better?
what
Facebook.
was being
I watched it
said,
live.
whatever, so that was the only annoying part was that I was really invested,
That's
but
really good.
I could not hear their voices and it was like, I could hear them for a little bit and then it'll cut off and, but some of them was
That
like,
don't have mics.
We do have mics.
Yeah, they
Maybe
have
they-
mics.
maybe-
they have mics, but it just was really hard to hear, so, those,
Did you tell Coleman?
those
I can repeat
monkeys just got me every time when they came running down. It was the craziest thing, it was like, oh my gosh. But it was a really good play. I was really proud of our students for doing that. World Culture Day was busy. My kids were hoping that we did not have a snow day for that. And then yesterday, they were hoping that today was the snow day, so.
Yeah, I was up at 2. But, it didn't work to cancel my day, so here we are.
Sonia, do you wanna report board member event?
I went to the, World Culture Day. And that was, besides having a car accident, it was a wonderful event.
Oh, no,
Yeah, it was great, it was good. No, you know, one of the things that I have to say, and I've gone to, I think, 2 or 3 now, the students are amazing. I mean, besides the talent, right, the students are amazing, and I love how engaged the teachers are, and when the parents are there, the parents are engaged. And whenever you have that many students congregating, there's always like a sense of, in other places that I've been, whenever there's so many students congregating, I'm always concerned that there's gonna be some type of event. And I never have to worry about that here. And so I was able to truly enjoy the event, because I didn't have to be on guard. Now, I'm naturally always kind of like protector mode, but it was so well put together. Everything, I feel like every single time I come out, there's always a minor improvement. And so, like, I felt like the food was, I mean, the food was always good. The food was always good, but just like the process, just the flow,
Yeah,
the timing, all of that was really good. You know, and I felt like it was better than last year's. I mean, the food was good too, but just the process of getting the students to the food, to the cafeteria, getting that cleaned up, and then getting them prepped and ready to go. And then, while I wasn't there for bus release, I did get to, sorry, my phone is going off. I did get to witness, you know, the preparation for getting the students on the buses and just the coordination of hearing, like, just making sure the students were where they needed to be. So every single year, it's always always like minor improvements, but every year it's always a safe, fun, well put together event.
In past 4 years, one of the biggest thing I think we've done is after each event, and both Gina and David can speak to that, we reflect quite a bit. So, my background is in teaching, so every lesson I have to reflect to do better for next year. So, but that's really been our focus, and so each event we write down in our notes, what did we do better and what can we improve on? And so next year we look back at that as we're planning. So thank you for noticing that, because it's important for us to get that feedback from somebody that's outside. I mean, we still reflect and talk about it, but it's really important for us for somebody who's not part of that, for it to be visible.
Yeah,
So.
and just like getting the kids out of the gym was like smooth and flawless.
Yeah, that
And there was
was,
no like pushing, I mean,
Went very smoothly.
it was literally flawless. I mean, it was
Other
really,
stuff, yeah.
it was really great.
those are some of the refinements that we talked about last year to this year, of, okay, how can we flow middle school students back to the middle school way without any traffic, so.
Yeah,
It's a big collaboration on the elementary team, the advancement team, and just all hands on deck
yeah,
to support that.
yeah. I mean, I was
process.
there to help too, but I didn't need to.
Thank you.
Anything else, any other board member event? Feel like we haven't met in so long that I don't even recall if there was anything else that I went to, but
Yeah, I went to both events too, I would just echo what you said, really great.
Yeah.
Everything smoothly.
yeah, the
See a lot of
energy
cool
was
things from
like
students.
so high that day. My kids were really looking forward to it. The Hmong clothes sat out. I made a mess at home for a little bit, but. Alright, moving on, 610 field trip policy. These were reviewed by M and team. They are copies from MSBA, and then M and team looked at it. The only thing I realized that I didn't do when I formatted is section 4, the heading there needs to be bold, and I wrote a note for myself, but. And then I did change the section 4 there, the designated school administrator from whatever Rumpus it was. Any thoughts, questions, discussion? Alright, can I get a motion to approve 610 policy?
Motion to approve 610?
Second.
Joseph, I heard Christine. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. Moving on, 611. Same thing with this. Copy from MSBA.
Just a small quibble on this one. Do we want to put just the heading, number 6 on the next page, just to keep that together?
Yep.
I'm assuming this policy is for anyone that's outside the school that wants to co-op with the school in terms of school activities like sports and stuff. That's
We've
what
done some co-op,
Yeah.
We've done some Columbia High School.
Yeah. I know that for sure we do. I was wondering if there were other kids that came and come to us.
No,
No,
Not yet,
yeah,
not yet.
eventually,
yes, growth mindset.
yeah.
We've done homeschool though for students who are like medical, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's actually a requirement.
Okay.
Any other thoughts, questions, discussions? Can I get a motion to approve 611 homeschooling policy?
Motion.
Second?
Joseph, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passed. Alright, moving on, 613. I don't know what's with the holding here. But, yeah. Section 4 says, Director of Teaching and Learning, do we want that to be designated school administrator or keep it as is?
It's fine either. I think we can probably do designated school administrator in case as a board we decide to change it to principal,
That's good.
so that we don't have to change that.
Okay,
And then just put bullet 5.
yep.
And then that should move bullet 6 to the next page on that.
Yep. Just like it's doing on a Sunday night, so
It is true.
same for section 8, B and C, Director of Teaching and Learning, so we'll change that to designated school administrator. Anything else? Thoughts, questions, discussions regarding graduation requirements policy? Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion.
Sonia,
Second.
Lee, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. 618, assessments of student achievement policy.
Check the tabs on 1, 2, and 3 because they're off
Yeah,
from 4, 5,
Is this MSBA?
yep,
6, 7.
yeah, this came from this.
Okay. Yeah, I would,
Do we want to change section 4, chief academic officer to designated school?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if, the admin team could put USAs for specific reason. Okay. Any other thoughts, questions, discussions? Great, can I get a motion to approve policy 618, assessments of student achievement policy?
Motion.
Okay, sure.
Second.
G. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passed. 619, staff development for standards. 619.
I'm gonna just skip back there, so I'm reading the other one.
on 3, students of staff development. Instead of saying instructional leadership team and advancement team, I would say the leadership team.
Okay,
Do we have that second team?
We do, but instead of, because that would,
just leadership team?
that would kind of do both,
Yeah.
And are you?
or administrative team.
Okay, because are you, is there an instructional?
Yes.
Is there a difference between instructional
Yes.
leadership team and basic?
Yes,
Okay.
So administrative team
I
and
say
then
administrative team. It will still be processed as instructional leadership team for the purposes of commerce.
Alright, any other thoughts, questions, discussion? Can I get a motion to approve 619, staff development of standards policy?
I'll motion.
Sonia,
Second.
Christine, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passed. 621, literacy and the READ Act. This is a requirement.
Yeah, this is in there.
Any thoughts? Questions? Discussion? Can I get a motion to approve 621 literacy and READ Act policy?
Motion to approve.
Joseph?
I have one question. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
On 4, sorry, on 5, 5.e, wanna say, okay, charter school must submit data, blah, 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 June 15th. Should that designate, should we leave it June 15th or June 15th of any given year? Or are we just making it the assumption that it's always gonna be June 15th, making the assumption that it's every year?
Well, so MD is asking for it to be right now,
Okay,
so I don't know, we don't know actually what's gonna be in the future.
okay.
Are you?
But we don't need to
with charter
say,
schools
we
now?
don't need to designate that it's like every year.
Right now, this is what MSBA came up with.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, this is direct language from MSBA, and it's on MD website, so I don't know if they'll change it.
Okay,
If they do, we should
okay,
change it, honestly, if they change it to something that's not.
okay.
But I'm with you, I'd rather actually not have the specific dates on the policy, but right now it is, there's been quite a bit of changes with the, literacy laws, but I say we follow whatever the statute and what the MDs require.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Alright, I get a motion to approve 621 literacy and read act.
Motion to approve 621.
Joseph,
I'll second.
Sonia, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. Moving on, 623, mandatory summer school instruction policy. Thoughts, questions, discussions?
In the purpose statement, it says Hmong College Prep Academy, and HCPA in parentheses, and then HCPA in number 2, but then in 3 procedures, A, it says Hmong College Prep Academy, so what do we wanna do?
Should be all uniform.
I'll go through and change the following Hmong College Prep Academy to HCPA.
Great.
Any other thoughts? Can I get a motion to approve 623 summer school policy?
Motion.
Jean?
Second.
Joseph?
I'll just wait for someone else to.
All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passed. 707, transportation policy. Any thoughts, questions?
Just a formatting thing on, under definitions, point E, there's an extra tab or something between the and the.
Oh, yeah.
Dee, I know you like it.
I love it.
E.
And then there's something funky about the format,
Yeah,
Of
on the
7.
7, yep, I have that, I saw that too.
and then
And
the
then
rest of the tab, the rest of the headings as well. It's like homeless students and availability, so that's all, that's good.
anything else? Alright, can I get a motion to approve 707 transportation of charter school students?
Promotion.
Sonia? Christine? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. Moving on to finance.
I thought it's calendar in between, am I wrong? Okay, apologize. Moving on.
Alright, we're looking at the financials through October 2025. In January, we'll catch it up and look at November's and December's financials.
Okay.
Here's the summary, executive summary. So through October, it was 33% of the year was completed. I don't know that that's right. Through October, I think it's actually higher. Anyway, doesn't matter. The original budget is up 2,465. Our current enrollment is 2,467. However, we do have some PSEO students, and that's what the current is. And so the average is changing it. It did get as high as 2,477 for a while. And so so I do think that where we're at is probably around 2,452, which is what I have as the actual currently. For balance sheet highlights, as of October 31st, we did have over $35 million in cash. We had a prior year state receivable to the school of $750,000. The state aid current year receivable related to the 10% state holdback is $1.8 million. The federal aid receivable is about $628,000. Key indicators, days of cash on hand is 291 days. We always wanted to be above 90. Our debt service coverage ratio was 2.71. Ending profit through October was just shy of $3 million. Revenues were coming in at 33%, and expenses were dispersed at 26%. Well, the 33% is correct. That is one third through the year. I don't know why I was questioning it. Other items, fiscal year 26, the original budget was approved in May. Oh, we don't need to go over that. There's Daniel's dashboard, but he's not here, so we'll skip it this month. So you can see a prior month comparison on the balance sheet, and that's like a point in time as of October. And you can compare where we were at compared to the year end, June 30th of 2025. So we're up 2.8 million of cash. That's mostly related to the state holdback. It will start to go down between now and June. Other than that, this is a nice view of seeing revenues at a high level. So you can see total revenues are coming in at 33%, in line with where we're at for the year. Total expenditures are coming in at 26%, much lower. Supplies and materials are always higher because we buy a lot of our supplies and materials up front. So there's no real concern there. Then you can get really granular with it. If anyone has any questions on the granular detail, I'm not gonna go over it, but feel free to email me if you have any questions or comments about any of that. Food service fund, the reason why this is a loss, and I would actually be okay if it was a loss, is because we got our first round of CLIPS money in November, and this is October's financials. So we're cash basis through most of the year, and then we do our accruals at the end of the year. And then you have a nice kind of view of what's going to be happening in cash over the next several months. And then we have the supplemental information as always. If anyone has any questions on it's for transparency reasons, you can see what we spent. And then now, where are we at?
And let's do the monthly financial.
Yeah, let's do that first, thank you.
Alright, can I get a motion, any thoughts, questions, discussions about monthly financial review? Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion?
Steve,
Second.
Sonia? Roll call, Christine,
Alright.
Susan, aye, Sonia?
Aye.
Joseph?
Aye.
G?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed. Alright, final audit.
Yep, so in October, we did get a draft of the audit from Bonnie at Abdul, and that's what we use to approve for our bond disseminations, for our reporting with MDE. And so this is kind of, nothing significantly would have changed between the draft and the final, and so this is just a ratification of the final audit. It's a lot of pages. But depends on how much time you want to go through.
I mean, if it's the same as, what you guys went over last time, should be okay.
Yeah, I looked through it, I
yeah.
didn't see any notable changes anyway.
Yep.
I did go, there's always this,
That's what they went over last time, correct?
yeah, I think if I go into this mode, although this, yeah, right, there we go. So if I can clarify a question with Polly, so the item I have is an analysis I did off of this part of the report. So it's not like a new agenda item, but would that be okay to present something that's not in the report packet, or is that something I should refrain from doing?
Is it this?
It's not this.
Oh, okay.
It'd be an analysis. I can talk about the analysis I did, I guess. Okay, but going forward, if I have something to present, I should put it in the
Should
book.
put it in the
Okay.
packet, yes.
Thank you. All right, so I was concerned about the fact that when they do the presentation, it shows that we're spending much lower than the average school. Now, one of the reasons is a lot of our schools have a lot of special education students. Ours is just over 10%. And so what I did is I pulled the state funding per student, both federal and state, which is what they're using here. Then I pulled in the Minnesota report card to see how many number of students they had with the IEPs. And when I did that analysis, I showed that we were very comparable to CSE. We were very comparable to other schools like Delano. We are lower than St. Paul Public Schools, but you can ask me, you can ask Mrs. D. A lot of the reason was we just were having difficulty finding special education help, and that was a huge part of the reason why we were so much lower. And it wasn't yet that we were being stingy on special education funds. But the other concern that I would have for the schools that are spending, because there are some charter schools that are spending much higher dollars per student, like over 40,000. And I would say that based on the lawmakers and kind of the direction where they've been going in special education, they are looking to cut how much charter schools get, because we're getting a lot more than the traditional school districts. And that I would expect at least 5% cuts coming in the next coming years. And that it won't have too big of a significant for us, but it could have a big significant for a school that spends, that's spending a lot more money. So being on the lower end is, like, from a budgetary standpoint, pretty conservative and safe. We're not taking advantage of the fact that you get 95% of your special funds reimbursed. And then I also did a comparison of MCA results and reading results. And it didn't seem, so the school that spent the lowest amount of special education funds was Delano. And they had the best MCA results for special education students. So like, there didn't seem to be necessarily a correlation with how much the school is spending on the special education program and how well they're doing on the MCAs. So I just wanted to address that part of the ABLO presentation that always seems odd to me. And so I did a deeper analysis into it.
Any other thoughts, questions, discussions about final audit ratification? Can I get a motion to approve final audit ratification?
Motion.
G, Anna, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passed.
Okay, I don't have handouts for the next two items. I just wanted to seek board permission to go ahead and do these for somewhere between January and March. The first one would be the school hires a food management company to do our breakfast and lunches and after school or summer school meals. And the last time we did an RFP was in this winter/spring of 2022. So, and then we did the new procurement policy, and so we haven't done an RFP since then. And I just wanted to, we actually wouldn't be required to do it for another year. So we could go another year without doing an RFP. But I think for the sake of being able to spend more food service funds, because there's a lot of restrictions there, and just in line with our procurement policy, I think it'd be a good idea to do the RFP 1 year earlier and do that January through March. As far as RFP goes, there's no RFP that has greater amount of work than the food service management company. So it is a lot of work, but I think it would be a good time to do it. And so I'm just looking for board approval to say, yep, go ahead and do an RFP for a food service management company.
Do we
Sure,
need
okay.
a vote, like actual vote on that?
I would just as a formality, yeah, because it's like 1 year earlier than necessary. Yeah.
Any other thoughts, questions regarding food vendor service renewal?
So if we do go to RFP a year early, we'll still finish our current contract and then just have the RFP.
Yeah, the contract's actually year to year.
Oh,
So
okay.
the agreement has like a renewal clause, I think, but we still actually do sign a renewal with them every year. So if we do the RFP, we could switch food management companies
For next school year.
for next school year.
If we wanted to found something better.
Any other thoughts, questions?
Thank you, Valerie, for explaining.
Alright, are we good, okay, to have David, go ahead and do the RFP early for food vendor?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, can I get a motion to approve David doing food vendor service RFP?
A motion.
I'll second it.
Sonia, Christine, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passed.
Right, and then another big RFP that we did in 2022 is for our audit services. And there's two parts of the audit, or kind of like 3 or 4 parts. They do a separate HERC audit for the building company, and they do a school audit, and then they do 990 prep. And so I think they're under the 25,000 threshold that we have in our current procurement policy, but you still always do an RFP every so often for auditing service. Now, I love Abdo, and I don't really want to switch out of them, but it's just, again, kind of like a formality that you do it every so often. So I'm just looking for permission to go ahead and do an audit service RFP.
Well, maybe you might feel good. Any other questions, thoughts regarding the audit RFP? Okay, can I get a motion to approve David completing the audit RFP for the school?
Motion. A second.
Joseph, Jean, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passed.
All right, I see that there's board meeting scheduled. I don't see, is that new business or is that,
It's under new business.
okay.
All right, new business, this is a discussion, mid-year evaluations need to be completed. I was thinking maybe for January. I need 2 people with me.
I'd be happy to.
Oh, wait, is the new business before that though, that related to the possibility of moving where we have our boardrooms?
That's underneath this. It's
That-
underneath,
It's underneath.
it's underneath mid-year evaluation discussion.
Oh, I see, there is no item for, okay, I was
No.
confused, got it.
Was that the last page?
Alright, G,
I can help you.
okay, Joseph. Alright, I just needed to have 2 people sign up to do it. I will send out dates, possible dates for after winter break. We can get together and kind of just complete the, mid-year evaluation for D and David.
Okay.
Next item, update board calendar location.
Where is that?
So,
So the middle school,
Middle school?
across the,
Yep.
Brewster,
Yep.
you just go in and it's right to the right, so the man track, it
First floor?
actually connects right to the man
Or
track.
Skyway?
Nope, first ground level.
Yep.
Go in, you're in the man trap.
I've been there one time, guys. You know?
Yeah,
Okay.
so you're in the man trap.
Yep.
It's just the door right to the right.
Okay.
And there's a whole wing there.
Yep.
I did bring Christine over to take a look at it. She was
I
impressed.
approve G, it's good.
Okay.
So the main
It's a
pro,
little safer all
the main
around.
pro would be
Okay.
for like our guests that they wouldn't have to go all the way
Yeah.
down the hall and
Yeah.
all the way back. And for you guys too, that you just park, you go in, meet,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
out.
it's-
Yep, makes sense.
It's right next to my classroom.
Yep.
Oh, so it'd be
It was
perfect.
actually only for you that we've done this for.
I feel privileged.
You should.
Treating a new guy.
but in order to approve the, or change our board location, we need to vote on it and then update it on our calendar as well,
Yeah.
so.
Would
The-
the address need to be on the board meeting schedule? Cause like up here it says 1515 Brewster Street and the middle school is like
1517.
1517.
Or, well,
Official?
makes
Well,
sense.
I always forget. It's either 15.
It's different though.
It is
It's
different.
certainly different. I'll look at the map.
Do you know, Allison? Yeah.
It should be the
Okay.
actual address.
I agree.
Okay.
Is it 15?
The actual main building,
The
yeah.
actual building address, okay,
So maybe that just needs to be, like this can be our header.
yeah,
That's fine,
But you
but
can
then,
put it by transportation way. the
Yeah.
address.
yeah, put the address like within it.
Yeah.
So this is across the street.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll just be able to park where the
Parking
bus is
is better.
Oh, nice.
parked and then,
So I
yeah.
don't have to call you.
Correct.
Well, you'll still probably call me anyways,
I
but-
know.
or maybe someone will just be sitting at that front desk to check in our guests and
Yeah.
whatnot.
There will be, not maybe, but there will be, sure.
Okay. Alright, are we in agreement to change our board location and, update the board calendar?
Yeah.
Alright, can I get a motion to approve updating board calendar and location?
I will motion.
Sonia?
Second.
Christine, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? item, 2026, 2027, I cannot believe I'm saying those
Crazy.
years already.
Yeah,
School year
because
calendar.
we have to start, working and in the power school, we have to do it in January. So everything on this calendar is the same as this year. There is one change we want to make that we didn't, make, we're gonna make it actually for this year too. In April, it says 20th or 21 designated state testing. We would continue to do that, but it says early release, and then e-learning, we wanna take that out. And it wouldn't be early release, we would do the full day.
Okay.
So we wanna, this whole schedule to stay the same, except e-learning for students not testing, and then early release. We've tried it, we've done different things, it didn't really, show to result in any increased. So we don't wanna lose, instructional day for 9th grade and 12th grade, or 10th and 11th, because it's not proven to increase anything.
And then you guys don't, observe, Veterans Day?
So we actually spent some time in our meeting talking about doing a lot more with observing veterans.
Okay.
Going forward and doing more with, Hmong Heritage Month and, just kind of, yeah. Cause that's just.
As a teacher, I think it makes sense to remove the e-learning and early release days.
Thank you for saying
It
that.
just is a little bit confusing when you're trying to plan things out. And as honestly, just when I'm trying to plan out my school year, the fewer like, I don't want to use this word, but I'm going to weird interrupted days, the better.
Outliers.
Yeah, the, much better, thank you.
No.
Outlier days, are not very helpful. And I don't know, I just think it's confusing.
I think he was asked to try as a different kind of thing, let's see if this helps the kids, and some other districts were doing it, but it really did not. And so we, in our meeting today, suggested that we go back. So, yeah,
Thank you for the feedback. Appreciate it.
but yeah,
I think that also helps parents
Yeah.
too.
And man,
Yeah.
like, are you staying a story?
I know, like,
I don't know where you're
Okay,
at.
when,
especially when then you have a larger families and half of the kids are going to school, half of the kids are
Yeah.
not, and then some are coming early, that it's madness, yep.
alright, are we okay with 26, 27 school year calendar?
With
With
changes.
the
With the
changes
change, yeah.
that we have been doing. Alright, can I get a motion to approve 2026, 2027 school year calendar? Joseph, Christine? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passed. Anything else before we adjourn? It's probably our fastest
It
meeting.
is. Fantastic.
I think it is a record.
Yeah.
Don't jinx it.
Alright, can I get a motion to adjourn meeting?
What's that you?
Motion,
I'll
Wanya?
second it.
Christine,
G2.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Oh.
Motion passed. Meeting adjourned at 6:18 PM.
Put that in the calendar
15, 16.
for our classes.
Makes sense, should be evenings.